quality is so bad. No internet here.
sitting across the pond about our Second Amendment. And
other people took it as a veiled threat. You know what? I feel a little bit discombobulated. I feel like there's a lot going on in the world, and has been now for a sustained period of time. You know, we've had the pandemic, we've had war in Ukraine, we've had war in Gaza, we've had cost of living crisis sweeping the world, and now we have the attempted assassination, a very nearly successful attempted assassination of a man who was President of the United States only several years ago, and may well be again. It's all disconcerting, isn't it? What was your reaction when you heard about what had happened to Donald Trump?
You know, it's one of those days, like when I was sitting at Seasons 52 in Plano, Texas, when I heard that Kobe Bryant got died, and nobody believed that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, we're sitting there and I get the news, we're coming back from watching a movie, Fly Me to the Moon, in the Hamptons, and we're with our family, and then all of a sudden Vinny says, Pat, somebody shot Trump's ear. I said, what? And then we pull up the video, nobody believes it, and then that's when all the commentary comes out. And we did a video about it, reacting to it. But obviously, blown away for that to be taking place, but at the same time, not surprised, because we've been talking about this for the last 4 months, where I said, the most important thing with the president right now is protection. The most important. You have to make sure you quality control the people that you're relying to protect you. There's almost like there's a reason why Messi has a specific person that protects him that's above and beyond whatever, you know, Inter Miami may offer him. So you can't just rely on Secret Service to do their jobs. I think you need to go above and beyond, especially knowing that the Secret Service director is the Secret Service of the existing president, who has had the DOJ go after you, who has tried to silence you. What makes you think they're going to fully give you their best people to protect you? Yeah, I would be a little bit more paranoid than the team was.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I got into this with Jack Yugi yesterday. We were very agitated when I said I found what happened very odd. And he immediately started lambasting me as a conspiracy theorist and saying the Secret Service went in on it and all this kind of thing. I said, no, I'm not saying any of those things. Here's what I'm saying very clearly. It is incredibly strange to me and inexplicable that a 20-year-old kid with an AR-15 clamber onto the roof in full view of the public and start alerting authorities.
Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, we're testing this out. We're seeing what's going on. Obviously, we don't have a tripod. We're just putting it somewhere right now. We're just seeing what's what, you know, testing it out. Hopefully, you guys like it, and in the future we might, you know, do this more full time, right?
Yeah, we drive nonstop, right? So why not
Literally, we
live stream it?
Drive throughout the country, man. So why not just use that as an advantage, right?
Anyway, I see Appalachian Mountains in the distance. This camera angle sucks, man. Anyway,
like I said, we don't have a tripod yet, so let's get this channel rolling, right? What are you streaming, like?
on the road, bro.
Okay, good.
You could even stream it on TikTok. It don't matter. The quality's pretty good.
Donald Trump, who is, you know, one of the most threatened people in American public life.
Right now, I'm just listening to some random podcast.
Is it a public presidential rally months before an election, and any of that chain of events is able to happen?
Piers, we were a half an inch away from civil war. We were a head not turning.
Let's make streaming on the truck the new thing, right? People stream on Twitch a lot.
Bro, that quality, I mean, that angle is ass, because look what I'm clipping this phone on. Look, this freaking fan.
Hey guys, if you help us out, we might be able to buy a mount for a phone, right?
Bro, you're not that cheap.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of people are streaming on Twitch, right? Make this a mainstream thing as well. Streaming while you're driving the truck.
Dude, there's the weight station right there.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in. There's mountains.
None of this makes sense to me. It really is an inexplicable chain of events that Donald Trump, who is one of the most threatened people in American public life, who's been president and is likely to be again, is at a public presidential rally months before an election, and any of that chain of events is able to happen.
Piers, we were a half an inch away from civil war. We were a head not turning this way from a civil war. We've all seen the videos. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with questioning anything. One of the videos we show is a reporter going around California asking people, what do you think about the assassination attempt on the president? And everybody this person asked in California, everybody said, oh, it was a setup.
We actually, I'll tell you what, Patrick, let me stop you. We actually have that. Let me put that so the viewers know what you're talking about.
Sure, go for it.
Also, we're heading to Atlanta, Georgia, guys.
Atlanta, Georgia? How far?
Like 61 miles. Yeah, we're gonna go straight through it, right? There's a lot of traffic there.
False flag. False flag.
Yeah, false flag.
People, somebody died and 2 people injured. What do you think about that? False flag.
I thought it was magnificently staged. It was professionally done.
Staged by who?
Oh, by Mr. Trump, of course.
I think this whole thing is staged.
Please don't. We're so anti-Trump. I don't even want to.
Was it a bad thing though? Was it a bad thing? Would you condemn it?
Oh, he got shot, of course. Was it staged? Probably.
One person died in the crowd, 2 critics injured. What happened there?
Small price. It wouldn't matter to Trump. Do you think he cares if people die for him to be elected? Put a little scratch on his ear, if there was a little blood on his face.
Now, so you think that they planned from 130 yards away to shoot off the corner of his ear?
They never shot off the corner of it. That was all done by the people hanging around him.
What about the people that died what about the father that died in the stand as well as the others that were
No,
critically
like the
injured?
stream.
I can't tell. What would you say our reasoning is for saying that, or we have no reasoning? Just a feeling. Just a feeling.
If Trump is involved, it's a fraud.
We're going to Atlanta, Georgia.
And yet I had first-hand
right now.
experience in the UK from various people that I encountered within 24 hours of what happened, immediately saying to me, because they recognised me and knew I'd been covering this, they said this thing's staged, right? This was all set up. And I was like, what are you talking about? Of course it wasn't set up, but trying to make them understand it was real was pretty much impossible.
I don't have a problem with them saying that. I'm okay with that, and put that as a possibility that it was staged. Now, the possibility of being staged may be 0.1%, but we ought to put it out there as maybe this is possibility. Fine, give your argument. But at the same time, I have a lot of questions just like you do. The story that came out with the second shooter, the story that came out with the FBI power washing all the stuff on the top of the building after the shooter was gone, and maybe they don't have any residual effects of the shots fired. Maybe there's no residual effect. That's not a hard thing for us to find. They found the phone. You mean to tell me you didn't find anything in the phone on what was being said? We can't expect why the Secret Service, when I go online and I Google President Joe Biden's Secret Service team and go to images, try to find one female, that's one of his, you will not be able to find it. I went online and looked at all his team. Everybody is a white male. I thought President Biden was about DEI and, underrepresented. How come he doesn't have a single person that's transgender or lesbian, gay? How come he doesn't have somebody from that community to represent him? And forget about why is it that every one of his Secret members are white male? Let alone for Trump, when they're being pushed into it, 3, 4, 5 of them were women. This is an area where DEI is being exposed in ways that we just got a story yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't have a problem with women in the Secret Service. They just have to be as good as men, right? They have to be up to the job. What was pretty horrifying was the agent that you saw, who's unfortunately for her gone viral, who can't even put a gun in a holster in that environment. And you're like, how on earth have you got into the Secret Service? This is like supposed to be the absolute elite of the elite of protection people in the world, and she can't put a gun in a holster twice as she's trying to protect the president who's just been shot.
But think about it from this way. Many, many years ago, when I'm running an office and I had 100 agents that are selling insurance, and one of my agents would come in and say, I have a family member that wants me. They've got a very complicated financial situation. Their net worth is 10 million. Can you have somebody come and sit down with them? I would choose who I would send to go meet with the family that is the biggest expert in our office that knows how to handle a situation like that, right? I choose how to match up the right agent advisor with the right appointment. The director of Secret Service has the ability to match up the best agents who are the most experienced one against the person that's attracting you.
Welcome to Georgia.
President Trump. You ought to send the right people to protect. Why did you not? By the way, this is the same person that in 2022, when asked about the text exchange between the Bidens during J6, all of a sudden she's like, oh, the text exchange disappeared. We lost it. But look, we're not trying to do anything, that's negative, or we're not trying to hide anything from the public. So I have a very hard time. And every one of these questions need to be asked, because it's a little bit disturbing when all these stories are coming up.
By the way, right now, like sticker notes or something that says follow for more if you follow.
Oh yeah.
We'll shout out your name. If you follow and subscribe or donate like this, we will shout out your name and people can go follow you. Literally show the name or the
exchange going to happen to the president.
Just thought.
A few days before RNC, July 11th. Okay, no problem. They changed
Somebody
the date.
donates, you write their name, you show it on
the
the
assassination attempt is when? When is the RNC? What did they
People
want?
would be like
Did they want to do
100,000,
shambles before the
like 10,000
RNC? Did
subscribers
they want
want to
right
grow?
now at the RNC where the energy is high, the confidence is high, when who they've chosen as their nominee, which is Trump, and you see unification coming up. Nikki Haley got up there, DeSantis got up there, Vivek got up there, Elon Musk just said he's going to give $45 million a month to the super PAC before now and the end of the year. A bunch of billionaires are coming out there, conversations with a Jamie Dimon, conversations with an RFK, the video that was made. You know how bad this is for the PNC? If the same person, Vivek, the same folks that are saying this was staged, we ought to also ask, was this intentional to do it right before the RNC? That question should also be on the table.
I just think all questions are perfectly legitimate when we know so little answers. There's no motives being established, no real information about the shooter or why a 20-year-old kid wouldn't want to kill Donald Trump. We just don't know anything about it. Very little, very oddly, very little is emerging about him, motivation or anything. What happens here? I mean, there are lots of consequences. Let's start, first of all, the Secret Service. I don't understand how the Secretary Cheetle, the one in charge of the Secret Service, has not yet been fired. The director, I'm sorry, not Secretary, the Director of the Secret Service, Cheetle. How is she not being fired yet?
How is she not being fired? Because Mayorkas said, we trust her, we have her back 100% with what she's doing. And she said, no, I'm still going to be doing the job. And by the way, when they asked the director of Secret Service for specifically the RNC, I don't know exactly her name, but she was one of the ones that was for Secret Service responsible for the RNC. She was asked, are you guys going to be making any adjustments in your approach at the RNC? No, we're taking the same exact approach. What do you mean you're taking the same exact? So let me get this straight. In any sporting event, you're a fan of Ronaldo, you're a fan of Man U, you're a fan of soccer, you're a fan of rugby, certain sports we watch. What do players say after a loss? They say we have to make certain adjustments. You mean to tell me if in sports we make adjustments, if in business we make adjustments, if a negotiation doesn't go right, we make adjustments, if in parenting we make adjustments, if in our marriage we make adjustments, in our health we make adjustments, but not when it comes down to an assassination attempt on the president. That totally makes sense, because what's the big deal, right? It's just an assassination attempt. We don't need to make any adjustments. We know what we're doing. And then 3, 4, 5 days later, you want to deflect and confuse the American people and say, oh, it's Iran. Iran was really behind this and trying to get everybody to look this way, instead of, why don't we investigate what the Secret Service got wrong? You know, there was something I was said the other day that I really liked, and I would